So I've been following this creator for a while, working on a game about an evil spider train that wants to kill you. They took this idea that seemed like just an incredible and horrifying meme and made it into a fully fledged game, and it actually works. Pretty damn well. Maybe too well. Choo Charles is a game about using a train to kill a train. Yes, really. You ride the rails around a not quite abandoned island, upgrading and outfitting your train with weapons and a sick paint job, while fighting off a giant monstrosity and the occasional cultist. Yes, Charles has followers. Choo Charles has a simple but engaging gameplay loop of scavenging the island and completing optional missions for metal, scrap, and new weapons, and sprinting back to the train, juicing it up, slapping the engine to full throttle, and blasting the ever-loving fuck out of Charles until he leaves you alone. Rinse and repeat. This main gameplay loop is actually well broken up by a variety of tasks you're given to complete by the island's remaining, mostly uneaten inhabitants. From climbing a tower, Far Cry style, to playing Slender the Eight Pages while Charles toots his horn in the distance, to sneaking through mines and temples while cultists whistle "I'll be working on the railroad" until they find you and fuck you up with a 12-gauge shotgun, the game really has a lot more going on than it seems. The mechanics are all fairly simple, but that just allows you to keep up the pace and keep the tension from going off the rails. Sorry, I had to. There's technically a stealth mechanic in the ability to lean around corners and peek at enemies, but I just ran full bore into everything all the time and got my ass blasted while scavenging places I shouldn't have been. Although you're a helpless baby deer on foot, there are multiple guns you can arm your train with, each with their own stats and utility in combat against the 8-legged locomotive and its henchmen. You only start with a machine gun, but completing missions for a few specific islanders will net you some tastier choices to suit your playstyle of "kill it with fire!" Or, well, actually that's pretty much the only weapon I used once I unlocked it, cause yeah, it's a spider train. The story is simple but serviceable. You're a museum archivist looking for the next big thing to show off to the world in your fine establishment. An invite from a strange old man named Eugene, who definitely survives the whole game, brings you to the island of Aranarum. Little do you know, the islanders are bringing you here to help them lead a mutiny against the local mining company that's keeping everyone trapped here with Charles. You break into an old depot and acquire the train that will quickly become your best friend and Charles's worst enemy, and from there it's off to collect 3 of Charles's eggs to lure him into a final battle. The finale is spectacular, and I won't spoil it because it's genuinely worth the surprise. The game's visuals are simple but impressive for a single developer. The thing that stands out most, however, is the hand-drawn aesthetic seen on most objects in the environment. This developer has made a couple of games before, each with this telltale style, and it really adds to the uneasy atmosphere of this nightmare scenario, while also making some things, like the console of the train, seem like a child drew it. Then again, Spider Train seems like something a 7-year-old would come up with in the first place. There is music, but it's mostly reserved for the chase, when Charles decides he's had enough of you not being in his belly, and is ready to change that. It's tense and exciting, and highlights the amazing disparity between this being a horror game and an action movie set piece at the same time. Where did I put my train? It's over there. I wasn't ready! I wasn't ready! What's happening? Charles, ow, you fucker! Please! Choo Charles is available on Steam for $20 US. For 2 to 4 hours of gameplay, including a small pile of optional content, it's definitely worth the price if you've got the ache for something new and just genuinely fun. Or if you've got a phobia of spiders and trains and want to try taking them both out in one go. Bob here's got plenty to say to you, asshole.